Hey guys, it's Shelly from the Lemonade Store, and today I'm just going to show you another one of the fun Crayola markers with watercolors. I just thought this one turned out really pretty and I wanted it to share with you guys, and then I'm going to add some subscriber shoutouts at the end doing the same kind of method so you can see your names all lettered and beautiful and pretty. So I hope you guys are doing well, and if you have a chance to subscribe, please hit the subscribe button or the little lemon on the screen. You can subscribe that way too. And if any of my videos have helped you, I really appreciate all the likes. I think I got 10,000 likes on one of my Crayola videos. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. So I'm going to start this video off in real time just to kind of give you some of my tips and tricks and help you get started creating some more of these cool pieces yourselves. Okay, so here I'm adding some watercolor, and before I do that, I add just the smallest amount of water to where I'm going to apply, and it kind of just blends the ink a little bit better. So when I go to apply the watercolor like I'm doing here, it just flows so much better. And that's, if you're having a hard time, this might be something you can try and do. And so like, just add the water, just the smallest amount. I think I'm using only like a size 2 or 3 brush here, and just so that it kind of gets ready to go, and then it gives it that watercolor look as well. It doesn't look like it's just coming straight out of the marker. And one of the things that I like to do also is see how I add some of the watercolor. This is super pigmented ink that I'm using. And if I want it to kind of blend out, I'll add more water directly on top of it so you get that cool gradation look. So every time I'm dipping in, I'm diluting that watercolor just a little bit more so that you get that cool effect. So I'm going to add some details, but before I do, you want to always make sure that you dry, because this is watercolor and I am using watercolor paper. I don't know if I mentioned that before, to do that. And so I'm just going to add some details here, and I'll let it kind of play through so you can see where I'm adding the shadows, and then I'm going to do some subscriber shoutouts after that. So I'm using a Papermate Flare. I love these pens, they're really great. But I just wanted to add a black line in between the shadow and then the watercolor. I like to just try different things, and you should too. Just try and experiment and see what you like. I think it kind of helps make it pop a little bit. Okay, so I have a new box to hold all of the names. If you would like to get your name entered, I start to do subscriber shoutouts on most of the videos. And I picked up a couple of different inks. One is for liquid metal and one says liquid glitter. And I was like, oh, I have to totally try these out. And so we're gonna see what these look like when we do our subscriber shoutout. And our first person is Jennifer, and that was one of my very first names I lettered on my YouTube channel. I think it might even be my first video, I don't know. So I am using the Bold and Bright, might be Bright and Bold, Crayola broadline markers for this one. I just wanted to kind of keep it consistent as we go along. So I'm gonna speed up the video as we go through, and we're just gonna test out some of our different inks, and I'm gonna pull a couple more names. And I don't know if you can see it as well, it looks in person, but the glitter's pretty awesome. So I think I'm definitely gonna have to mess around with that a little bit more. It really does make a pretty effect. Okay, so the next person is Natalie, and this is a Crayola marker too, and it's called Primrose, and it's a super pretty color. So on this one, we are gonna try that metal. And it's like liquid chrome basically is what it kind of ends up being like, which turns out pretty cool also. So I'm super happy with both of these, and I'll make sure I add all the description links below. But they turned out pretty cool, and they dried really cool also. Okay, so I'm gonna do another shout out, and this one's for Katrina. And then this one I'm just gonna try adding some of that pink. I had some leftover paint in a tray, because you know, who doesn't? So I'm gonna see what the pink looks like with the green, because I love those colors together. So thanks again so much for watching, you guys. I appreciate it. Please give a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. And I am always here if you have any questions. Just leave a comment below, you guys. Thanks.